is up? I hope everyone is doing well. So today's video is going to be a skincare hits and misses. So I'm going to start off with a product which is a hit for me. Now this is by the brand, why do I have to start with something that I really can't pronounce? I'm going to put it on the screen. So Pyongyangyeol, I don't know how you say it, but it's this in a little blue bottle. This brand has been coming up a lot more on YouTube. I see it a lot more often, and this is their moisture ampule. How you're actually meant to apply this is you put this on last, like that's what the direction says. Now the thing to point out about this is the consistency. It's a really interesting experience. So it's very thick, it's definitely not as thin as a serum. It kind of almost reminds me a little bit like a honey-like consistency. And the trick to applying it is you need to take a little bit and then warm it between your hands and then spread it all over the skin. It also definitely applies a lot better onto a slightly damp skin. This is a product that's really like grown on me. Like when I first got it, I really was not sure, but now I'm at a stage where I notice I just keep gravitating towards it because I just notice my skin is responding really well the more I use it. So yeah, I'm really into it. In terms of ingredients, I'll put the key ingredients on the screen right now, but this is really good, especially for blemish prone skin. It has a really good property for blemishes. I believe it's like antibacterial for the skin, and yeah, very healing as well. But obviously with the name, the moisture ampule, this is definitely going to give you hydration. So I like to use mine in the evening, and I love using this as like kind of like a sleeping mask type of vibe. It kind of feels like you're putting this like moisture film on the skin. Like it is a bit of an odd sensation, like, and I feel like I'm going to say this is going to really put people off, but it kind of feels like you're putting this like moisture cling film on your skin, but in a good way. Just want to quickly say as well, if you are interested in shopping any of these products, I do still have my 10 to 15% off code with STYLEVANA, which you can find. I think all of the products in this video I talk about are actually stocked on there. So I'll leave all their details in the description box, along with all the product links as well. And I do just want to be completely transparent and say, if you do decide to use my code, I do get a very small commission. So yeah, if you are interested in shopping any of the products and you want to support me in this channel, it would mean the world to me if you did use that code and shop through them. But obviously no pressure, up to you, that's fine. But yeah, I just wanted to be completely transparent and just let you know that as well. Okay, so let's throw in a miss product. So a miss for me was the iUnique Centella Bubble Cleansing Foam. This just, in my opinion, it just felt like I was putting fairy liquid on my face. I just really didn't enjoy the experience of this, and also I did find this a little stripping on my skin. So for me, yeah, this wasn't really a good product for me. Product I prefer over this would be the COSRX, the Good Morning pH Cleanser. I really like that one. Also very comparable, like a better version would be the Youth to the People Kale and Spinach Cleanser. That's also really nice. So I actually have two products here. One is a hit and one is a miss, and they're both from the same brand. So this is the brand Beauty of Joseon. So this is a new brand to me. I only discovered it about a month or two ago. Now the product which is an absolute hit is this one here, which is the Glow Serum. It's the Propolis and Niacinamide. I love propolis. Like propolis is an ingredient which I'm like, I just like get in your skincare. It is so good. Really antibacterial on acne prone skin. It's really good for brightening the skin. It's really healing for the skin. Yeah, I just absolutely love it. I noticed really great benefits when I started using it in my routine. Like my skin tone was much more even, and it also gave me a bit more of a glow in the skin as well. And then also you've got niacinamide, which again is very good on blemish prone skin, really good for oil control, good for pigmentation, things like that as well. As a serum, I find this has a slightly thicker consistency to like just your regular serum kind of consistency. Like it has a little bit more weight behind it, and I really like to reach for this on mornings where I feel like my skin just needs a little bit more hydration, just that little bit extra boost. And yeah, I've just been really enjoying it, and my skin has been really happy with it, so I wanted to mention that. Now the miss though from this brand is also a serum, and this is the Beauty of Joseon Calming Serum with green tea and panthenol. Now in all fairness, I think the reason this is a miss for me is because I don't really suffer with redness or like reactivity and sensitivity in my skin. So I don't think probably my skin type is the best candidate for this. That's probably why I just haven't really seen any results. But that is the reason why I'm just giving it a miss, is because this just doesn't do anything for my skin. I don't notice any changes, any benefits. It is nice, it doesn't break me out. Like I will just use up the bottle. I'll probably just use it like as an evening serum just to kind of add more hydration to the skin, but yeah, it just, for my skin, it isn't all that for me. Okay, let's actually stick with the theme of like talking about one brand and having one hit and one miss, because I have the same for COSRX here. So the hit for me, I actually have nearly finished this small little bottle of toner, and I really want to buy the big size of this. So this is the COSRX Propolis Synergy Toner. I love this stuff. Again, going back to that propolis, just as an ingredient, I really, really recommend you try it if you haven't already. The thing I also like about this toner though is that it's not just your really thin water that kind of disappears. It's a bit like what I said about the serum before, like it has a bit more weight to it. I really personally enjoy toners and essences and things like that. I actually see the results a lot in my skin. Like, I know some people will say they're a bit of a waste of time, but like for me, I actually see greater results in my skincare when I am using toners and essences. So yeah, this one definitely gets a big thumbs up for me. I really do recommend it. And then the one which I don't necessarily dislike, it's just one that I just haven't really been wowed by, and I just don't see myself repurchasing. This is another little miniature I have, and this is the COSRX Hydrium Watery Toner. This is a lot thinner, so this definitely is more of that just classic water toner consistency compared to the Propolis one. In terms of like hydration, I prefer to get my hydration through my serums. And yeah, this one, it was just a bit of a meh product. Okay, let's talk about some sunscreens. So one that I've actually pretty much good as finished is the Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Perfect Sunblock. If you've watched my channel and you're not new, you will know I love this stuff. I recommend this to everyone. It sits so well on my blemish prone skin. It doesn't cause me any breakouts. It's the one I'm wearing today actually. It gives a nice glow to the skin. It gives me a glow that's not like an oily glow, it's more just like a healthy skin glow. This one, the Perfect Sunblock, is their physical sunscreen. So this one does give you a little bit of a white cast when you apply it, but I don't find it bothersome. Like, it sinks in really quickly after I've applied it. If, however, you're really concerned about the white cast, and let's say you have more of a deeper skin tone, they do have another one, it's the same sunscreen but just a different version. It's called their Watery Sunscreen, I believe. It would be the Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sunscreen, and that's a chemical SPF, and it's very similar in terms of ingredients, but that one doesn't have all the white cast. So yeah, that's actually the one. I've got that one upstairs, and I'm going to be going on to that one after I use up the last drop of this. Okay, and then the second SPF I just want to give a little shout out to is the Dr. Jart Every Sunday Mild Sun sunscreen. It's an SPF 43, this one. This is an interesting product actually. I would say this kind of lies in the middle of hit and miss. It's a hit for me in the sense of I love the way it feels on my skin. This is very calming. If you suffer with very sensitive redness, reactive skin, I feel like you're gonna really like this SPF. Like, it really does calm the skin. I can feel it instantly. And it just feels very soothing on the skin. So I love that. And you can actually see the appearance of the skin looks calmer as well. The only thing about this is it does have quite a strong white cast. And then that is what makes it kind of go into the miss for me, because I'm not gonna lie, like the white cast is quite strong, that on days like today when it is incredibly hot, I can't use this, because obviously we need to make sure we're using enough SPF to be properly protecting our skin. And this SPF is a kind of SPF maybe I'd pull out more in the winter time when I can afford to maybe not put as much. Like, I still put on adequate amount, but you know what I mean. I kind of maybe do like a pump and a half, whereas in sunlight today I would need like 2 pumps at least. So I guess in all, it's an incredible sunscreen, really good on blemish prone skin. I've had no issues with it. Also, it really helps with oily skin. Like, I find that my skin stays quite semi-matte all day when I use this. Like, I don't really get as oily with this. I do like it for that. But the con is the white cast. So yeah, it's a bit of a frustrating one. Okay, next up I want to talk about pimple patches. So this is by the brand COSRX, and these are the Acne Pimple Master Patch. These are actually a miss for me. I really did not get on well with these. In fact, I'm not a massive fan of the action of the pimple patches. Maybe I just haven't tried the right ones yet. But these ones, which are made with hydrocolloid dressing, yeah, these I'm not convinced. I find that this actually makes my blemish worse in a way, because what happens is it kind of draws the blemish to the surface, but then when you take it off, it like rips kind of the top layer of the skin. Like, I find it actually damages that blemish and kind of makes it either like pop or burst, or I don't know. I find that it gets me in more of a mess when I use them. And I've actually also noticed that when I use this on a blemish, that mark from that blemish will actually last a lot longer than the breakouts where I wouldn't use these on. So yeah, just in all, it's definitely just a miss for me. However, that being said, where I do find them helpful though is if I have any blemishes on my body. I don't really suffer with like acne on my body really, but sometimes I might get the odd blemish on my back. And if that does happen, these are really good for that. And I just pop it on and it kind of stops like my bra strap or like clothes that I'm wearing rubbing on the blemish or like making it worse. And yeah, I find for those kind of blemishes, they are actually quite helpful. Okay, let's chuck in another hit. So I actually have a face mask to share. So this is by the brand Isn't Tree, and this is the Real Mugwort Clay Mask. And this is actually my first time trying mugwort. So I know in Korean skincare, this is an ingredient which is talked about a lot, really good for blemish prone skin. And yeah, this is my first experience and I'm really enjoying this mask actually. It doesn't give me any irritation, no sensitivity. It is a clay mask and I know sometimes clay masks can be a bit hit and miss. Sometimes they can cause a bit of sensitivity on the skin, but this one's absolutely fine. It also has a little bit of salicylic acid in this mask. So I like to do this maybe like once a week. Or if like I'm around my period, let's say I've got a couple more blemishes on the skin more than normal, then I'll definitely pop this mask on. But yeah, I have no like downsides of this. I've been really enjoying it. Really easy to get off as well. Like it doesn't, you know, cling to the skin, or like when I take it off, like it doesn't leave my skin dry, which is another thing I look out for because sometimes clay masks can be quite drying, but this one I haven't felt that at all. On the blemish front, I must also say I do think this has actually helped. So like last week, that was the time of the month for me, and I definitely had a couple more blemishes. And yeah, when I use this mask, like I do notice the next morning my skin is a lot clearer and calmer. So yeah, I think from a blemish side, it has actually been really helping as well. I think out of all of the areas of skincare, like face mask is definitely the area where I'm lacking a little bit. So if you have any recommendations of any face masks you think I should try, or ones that you're just obsessed with, please let me know in the comments below because I would love to try some more out. Speaking of face masks, I actually want to throw in this because this is probably one of the coolest discoveries I have made, and I just think everyone needs to go get one of these. This is a reusable sheet mask. I think this is such a cool idea because you know, sheet masks are great, but I really hate the fact they're so bad like environmentally, obviously because they're just single use and most of the time they're made from materials which maybe aren't biodegradable, and you know, from a environment perspective they're just really not great. So I was so excited when I came across this, and this thing is amazing. So this is basically, I think it's made from silicone. I'll pop on the screen right now, but I think it is a silicone mask. Basically it just looks like this, and what you do is you just pile all like your hydrating serums and you know whatever you want to put on your skin, and then you pop this on top, and then you basically create your own little face mask really with your products. But by putting this on top, like it locks in all the moisture from those products. And honestly, even just with like standard skincare products that I use like maybe every single day, I noticed a difference when I put this on with those products. Like my skin was so much softer, so much more hydrated as well. Like it really did help to lock that moisture in. And yeah, I just absolutely love this. I think it's such a freaking cool idea. And they're so cheap. Like I think it's like £2, £3 around that price point. So honestly, no reason not to try this. Like amazing. Okay, another product which is a bit of a miss for me is the iUnique Lime Moisture Mild Peeling Gel. I'll tell you why this is a miss for me. It's purely because of facial hair, if I'm going to be really honest with you. So you know you get that kind of like peach fuzz. I mean, I don't like dermaplaning like my whole face. I do a slight bit of it, just kind of back here, and then I do kind of like around my mouth here. But yeah, I don't do the rest of it. And the issue I have with this is one of those products which I guess you could say is a bit gimmicky. So this is one of those products where you apply it to the skin, and then the more you kind of rub it in, you can kind of see it all balling up. And basically, obviously this is the peeling part of it, like I meant to say, is exfoliating the skin. I mean, things like this, in my opinion, are just a bit of a gimmick. I mean, that isn't my skin coming off, that is a product just peeling on itself. And the issue I had with this is that it just stuck to the little hairs on my face, and it was a nightmare just getting it off my face. It's just such a faff. and it just kind of left me with all these little balls stuck on my face, which some of them like I just couldn't get off, and it was actually kind of painful trying to like tug at them on the hair. Okay, I'm not too far from the end. I want to talk again about some serums. This is a definite hit, so this is going to come at no surprise as well, especially from all the propolis talk I spoke about at the beginning of the video. But this is by the brand iUnique. It's a Propolis Vitamin Synergy Serum. I originally got this in a small little bottle like this one, like a small little one of this, and I loved it so much I bought the full size, and now I'm literally on my last use of this full size and I need to buy another one. I am obsessed with this stuff. It just really echoes everything I said earlier about propolis. Like, it's just so good on my blemish prone skin. I really find it helps keep my skin clear. It helps with the brightening of my skin tone, like the marks on my face, everything is just healed so much better and quicker since using this. So I'm a massive fan. Formulation I really love as well, just in general for blemish prone skin. And to be honest with you, I'm just such a serum girl. Like, I love serums. I love loading up serums. I love layering serums. Like, just give me all of the serums. Like, at night time, I'm not the kind of person who will go to sleep with like a thick moisturizer on. That's not for me. Like, that actually would probably break me out. I like to just load up on all the serums, all the hydration, and yeah, go to bed. And this is just a product that I can throw in my morning routine, I can put it in my evening routine, I can do it as much as I want, and it just only benefits. I would show it to you on camera in the consistency, but I literally, as you can maybe see, I'm on my last drop, so I'm so sorry, but I really don't want to waste it. The other product I actually want to quickly mention, this is also by iUnique, it's another one of their serums. This is actually a little bit of again, it sits in the middle of hit and miss. Like, I don't want to be so harsh to say it's like a proper miss, but I would say it's more leaning that way because I don't see myself repurchasing it. So this is the iUnique Rose Galactomyces Synergy Serum. This is all about hydration. Although this responded well with my skin, like my skin didn't break out or I didn't have any like reaction to it, like it was fine. It just didn't wow me. Like, it didn't really do too much for me. And in terms of hydration, like, I think this gives me way more of a wow factor from a moisture and hydration point of view than this one. So for me, this is kind of one of those products where I won't be repurchasing, but like, let's say I bought a set and this came with it, I would still use it. That kind of vibe. Okay, and then just one more product I want to share with you in today's video, and this again will not come at any surprise if you have watched my skincare routines, but I just really want to give this another shout out. So this is by COSRX, and it's the oil-free ultra moisturizing lotion. If you have acne prone skin, like, I really recommend giving this a go. It's oil-free and really like simple ingredients list. It's super moisturizing and hydrating, which is really important in blemish prone skin. And also it's really lightweight, especially for this time of year when it's so hot. This just sits beautifully on the skin and it's not overwhelming, but it still gives you that hydration. Oh, it's an absolute must for my blemish prone skin. So yeah, really wanted to give this guy another shout out. Okay, so they're all my hits and misses. I'll have everything linked in the description box. Also, as another reminder, all of these, I think it's all of these products are stocked on STYLEVANA, and I still have my discount code, which I'll pop on the screen right now, and that will give you between 10 to 15% off site-wide. And yeah, their prices on there are amazing, and it's where I've actually got pretty much, maybe even all of these products, most of these products I got from STYLEVANA. So yeah, I highly recommend you check them out. And also they deliver to so many different countries. I think it's even kind of worldwide. Don't quote me on that, but there's so many. So check in the corner of the browser just what country you're on, and you can just change it to where you are based. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and do leave your skincare recommendations in the comments below of products that you think I should try as well. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. And yeah, have a wonderful day, guys. Sending you all my love and positivity, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.